Good morning everybody, Car and Biker here. Another grey day, though to be fair I've got my black visor on and my internal visor down. Actually it's not that bad, is it? It's that doubling up of visors that does it. Makes it look like a thunderstorm about to happen. I think, I'm not entirely sure, but I think that I've got to the bottom of my battery problems on my Drift, on the Ghost S. And it turns out it isn't a battery problem, I don't think. And the reason I think that is that I got myself a charger, one of the Drift chargers. I did buy a cheap one, but that just seemed to kill batteries. Now I'm not so sure. Oh, it's all a mess. I don't know whether I sent that one back and I didn't need to. But I think I've got to the bottom of the problem. Because I can charge the batteries up in the Drift charger. I can put them in the camera. Well, I'll explain what happened yesterday. Yesterday was when we went to the Knaresborough bed race, which was probably uploaded about a month or 6 weeks ago, so obviously I'm not doing too well on my uploads again. But I got to Knaresborough on one battery, recorded all the Knaresborough footage of the beds and what have you on my camcorder, not on the Drift, so I didn't have the wide-angled effect. And it came to going home, and I swapped the battery, thinking this one's not going to get me home, and the camera won't come on. So I had my third battery, my emergency spare, so I put that in, and the camera won't come on. I thought, well, it's impossible that both of these batteries are flat. I'd charged them both in the camera. The night before, I'd double-checked, I'd done a top-up in the Drift charging doodad that you plug in, separate to the camera. And they were definitely charged, but wouldn't come on. So I put the original battery, the one that I'd done the trip to Knaresborough, back in, and the camera came on. So I tried the other two and it wouldn't come on. And I thought, well, it's obviously the batteries then. How can it not be? Something's gone wrong, they've discharged, they're just plain rubbish, I don't know. Anyway, I drove home, rode home. Battery conked out about halfway, but nothing interesting particularly happened after then anyway, so that was alright. Didn't miss anything, never want to miss things. So I rode home, took the battery out, whacked it in the charger, and I thought I'll just double check. So I put in one of the two batteries that had appeared to be dead, and the camera came on, and it reported that the battery was full. I thought, well, that's odd. So I put in the other one of the batteries that appeared to be dead when I was in Knaresborough, and the camera came on and reported a full battery. Oh, well, that is really odd. So I switched back to the first of the two that I thought were dead but actually weren't. Still worked, switched again, camera wouldn't come on. So I've definitely got two batteries that I know are fully charged, but now I've got it that with one of them it came on twice, with the other it came on once and then would not switch on at all. So I swapped back to the other one and the camera wouldn't switch on. So I just kept taking that battery out and putting it back in, and eventually the camera came back on again. So I don't know exactly what the problem is, but I think I'm pretty confident in saying that there is a problem with the camera and not a problem with the batteries, which is really, really frustrating. So I'm going to get on to Action Cameras. I've actually been talking to them anyway, because Drift put me back in contact with them. I'm not that impressed with Action Cameras, to be honest. They're really slow to react, whereas Drift are really quick. But once Drift got to the point of saying something's got to go back and be tested, they said it'd have to go through Action Cameras because that's where I bought it from. They contacted Action Cameras. 2 weeks later I contacted Drift and said what's happening, and they contacted Action Cameras again. I'm assuming we're a bit snottier, and then Action Cameras have actually got in contact with me. So I think the camera's going to be going back. Hopefully they can recreate the problem. Hope it's not one of those things where you send something back and they just send it back to you and say, well, we can't replicate it, so have your broken camera back. Hopefully that's not going to happen. But I'm going to have to delay it because although this is probably going to have gone up after the ride to Squires, assuming that ride has gone ahead. I mean, it might go up beforehand, in which case I'm hoping that that ride is still going to go ahead and that I'll see you there. But what I don't want to do is send the camera back and then sit on it for a month and me not have a camera or be going back to the Drift HD for the Squires ride out. I want to get that on Super High Drift Coast SE Vision, or whatever that might be. So with any luck, I shall get this battery stroke camera stroke connector stroke it's all broken thing fixed, and all will be right with the world again. At least my little world. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'd be interested to hear from you if you've had similar problems, by the way, with the Ghost S or any other drift camera, to be honest. But thank you for watching. Ride safe, everyone, and I'll talk to you all again soon.